You can't tell me that that doesn't look amazing. And the best part is that it's budget friendly, doesn't have any meat, and it still tastes amazing. Aloo Mattar. Let me show you.
Now, you know me by now. I love a bargain, and if there's one bargain that I really love, it's this particular Salan. Aloo Mattar is so quick and easy to make, really budget friendly and so tasty, especially if you like shorba Salan. So let me show you how I make my Aloo Mattar. I'm going to start with oil today, not butter for a change. And then into that we are going to add some whole spices, because today we actually need quite a bit of flavour. So we are going to add in a couple of sticks of cinnamon, a couple of bay leaves, and a couple of black leggy or black cardamom. Then into that we are going to add 2 diced onions. The onions are going to contribute to the thickness of the gravy or the shorba that we're going to make today. Don't worry too much about how finely you chop the onions. You'll see why later. Just make sure that you get them small enough that they brown relatively easily and quickly. If you chop them too coarsely, they just take a little bit longer to brown. They can then go into the pan. Let these brown gently. So keep them on a medium to low heat. Give them a quick stir every now and then, don't just leave them, and let them brown. The deeper you let these go, the deeper the colour of your shorba will be. I like mine not too brown, but a nice kind of deep golden. Then while you wait for your onions to brown, you can actually prep your other ingredients. You can get your spices ready and prep your potatoes. Now I normally use a waxy potato in my Salan or in my curry because they hold their shape really well. So any waxy potato works here. If you use a floury potato, they can tend to disintegrate into your Salan. So if you don't want that to happen, use a waxy potato. I've got new potatoes here today. You'll need, depending on what size they are, about that many for this particular recipe. Just make sure that they're all equal sizes so that they cook evenly when you pop them into your Salan. You don't even have to peel your potatoes. If you've got fresh potatoes at home, you don't need to peel them. I peeled mine today because mine have been sitting in my cupboard for a bit longer than I'd like to admit. So the skins had to come off. Now your onions should be looking a nice golden brown. So you want to fish out these whole spices now. Don't throw them away. Keep them, we're going to need them later. Into this, you're going to add a good tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. If you don't have ginger and garlic paste made, you can just use fresh ginger and garlic. Use about 1 thumb of ginger and a couple of cloves of garlic. You need to really cook out the garlic and ginger. Make sure you get rid of all of that raw ginger and garlic smell before you move on to the next stage. Once that's all cooked through, you can add in your tomato. Now, normally in a vegetable dish, I will add fresh tomatoes because I like a lighter kind of flavour. But in this particular dish, we want that extra bang of flavour. So I'm using passata. It just gives a really nice rich flavour and a rich colour too. But if you want to use fresh, that's fine, you can. Give the tomato a couple of minutes just to marry with the onions a little bit and reduce down before you add the spices. Then you're going to mix this through. And if you've added enough oil, you won't need to add any water now, but I don't like to add too much oil into my dishes. So mixing the spices in can be a bit tricky. So don't worry if you need to add in a little bit of water, it's totally fine at this stage. It will just make it a little bit easier to cook these spices out. When the spices have had a couple of minutes to cook in the pan, just scrape it to one side, because now we're going to blend this. Just carefully though, because it is hot. And this is why I said earlier, you don't need to worry too much about how finely you dice your onions, because we're going to blitz this now. Now, the reason I do this is because if you blend your onions before you cook them, they are really hard to brown, and you don't get that caramelized flavour that I think you need here in this dish. So blending them like this means that you can brown your onions when they're all diced and still get that smooth texture in your shorba. The last thing you want are bits of onion floating around in your shorba. If there's one thing I think is a no-no, it's that. You can stir in your potatoes. I'm using about 700 grams here. Give these a good mix in and let them catch some of that heat. You want to keep these moving for a good couple of minutes. You can also now add back in those whole spices that you took out earlier. They've still got a lot of flavour that they can give. You can also now stir in about 3 or 4 cloves, just for that extra layer of flavour. The whole spices just bring that little edge that you need here. And I don't add the cloves in at the beginning because they're so hard to fish out and find in the onions, and you don't want to blend those into the sauce either. So add those in at this stage, it's better. When the potatoes have caught enough heat, you can then stir in a little bit of boiling water. We need to let these potatoes cook before we add the peas in. So we're just going to add a little bit of water now. Let that come back to the boil. And then we're just going to pop the lid on and leave these to cook and simmer away gently for about 10 minutes or so until they soften. Depending on how big you've cut your potatoes, they might take a little bit longer or they might take a little bit less time. So just keep an eye on them and make sure they don't cook too much. You don't want them to soften too much here at this stage. Also, make sure you keep an eye on it to make sure that that water doesn't boil dry, because you don't want this to burn either. So stay close by. You can now spend that time prepping the rest of your ingredients. So I'm just going to chop up the coriander that I'll be adding in at the end. You can also measure out your peas. If you're using frozen peas, just give them a quick rinse under hot water. Just stops them from cooling down the shorba in the pan when you add them. If you want to use fresh peas, then you need to add those in when you add in the potatoes, because they will take longer to cook. Frozen peas just take 2 minutes to warm through and cook. When your potatoes are about 90% cooked, I'm just going to give mine a quick check. It should be just a tiny bit firm in the middle. You can stir in your peas. You can crank the heat up to high now as well. And just gently stir those peas through. Just be gentle at this stage, because you don't want those potatoes to get mashed up into the sauce. And you'll see that it's quite dry as well. Now is when you can add in your boiling water. Just enough that it covers everything that's in there. So I'm adding about 1 litre into mine. Bring that to a boil and leave that on high with the lid on just for a minute or two, just so that those peas can cook through. Want a thicker gravy, just add in less water, or if you like a looser gravy, add in more. It's entirely up to you. Just check the seasoning, make sure there's enough salt in there if you add more water in. You can even, if you want to, add in boiled eggs to this. Lots of people do. We used to do it when we were kids too. It's really nice, and it adds that extra bit of protein that everyone seems to love these days. So if you want to add boiled eggs, just take out half of the peas and add in however many boiled eggs you want, 3 or 4 boiled eggs. Just cut them in half and lay them in right at the end. They just add another layer of flavour, they're lovely. That's bubbling away nicely. You can stir in your coriander. Those potatoes will have cooked through fully by now as well.
A quick stir through and you're good to go. Serve this up with a hot buttery naan or drizzled over pilau rice. Whichever way you have it, it will be delicious, I promise. Save it, share it, and if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. There's plenty more where this came from. Go on. What are you waiting for? Make me proud.